Okay, so here I did number 16, 4 different ways. First of all, I started off here finding the lowest common denominator by breaking it into its factors. 9's prime factors are 3 and 3, and 6 prime factors are 2 and 3, breaking them into 3 times 3 times 2, giving us the lowest common denominator of 18. So all of these I used the lowest common denominator of 18, and here's how I did the work for that part up here in green. To change 9 to 18, I multiplied it by times 2, and I got 4/18. To make the 6 into 18ths, I multiplied that by 3, making 5 times 3 into 15/18. Okay, the first technique that I used here was trying to get rid of the fraction in the denominator, because that's 15/18. If I add 3/18, that makes a whole 18/18 or 1, so that's going to change this whole thing to 4 plus 18/18, which is 5. So, and if I add 3/18 to the bottom one, I better add it to the top one as well. And if I do that, I get negative 6 and 7/18 when I subtract. Minus 6 and plus 5 gives me minus 1, and minus 7/18 just leaves me with a minus 7/18 here. So this is my final answer using that technique. The other technique I used here was subtracting the fractional parts and the whole part separately. Minus 6 and plus 4 is minus 2. Remember that this is also a negative 4/18, and this is a positive 15/18. That means when I add these two together, I'm actually going to end up with a positive answer. This will come up with a positive 15 and a negative 4. We'll end up with a positive 11. So I have a negative 2 in the whole parts and a positive. They move in opposite directions. So if I if I'm taking negative 2 wholes and I'm adding 11/18 of a pile, I'm going to end up with negative 1 and 7/18 when I add those two together. The last way I did this out without using a number line is I borrowed. So in this case here, I took the number 6 and I borrowed 18/18 and I made it 5. 18/18 is 1. If I take 18/18 and I add the 4/18, I get 22/18. So this becomes negative 5 and 22/18, making the subtraction a lot easier. Negative 5 and 4 gives us negative 1. Negative 22 and 15 gives us negative 7. Again, negative 1 and 7/18. And finally, doing this on the number line, I put here where I start off at negative 6 and 4/18 right here. I'm going to add 1 to that and get negative 5 and 4/18, 2, 3, 4, and I need to add 4 and 15/18. So I added 4 to get here at negative 2 and 4/18. Now I need to add another 15/18. So I'm going to first add the 4/18 that I had in this little section here. And then I need to add another 11/18 because 4 and 11 make up 15 in here. And that ends up giving me a point right here. There's 11/18 here, which means the other half of the other part of this must be 7/18 left over on this thing. So right now I'm at negative 1 and 7/18, which again is the answer. So those are 4 different ways of doing the same problem.